Hello, you guys. How is everybody? I just wanted to come in and say hello. Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey, Chastity. Hey, Pointer Lover. Dave G. Johnny. Hey, Sandy Beach. Carrie. Lynn. Shalima. Seven of us. How are you guys? Hey, Woofy. Um, Pointer Lover, Punksy, and Mouse. I just wanted to come on and say hi to you guys before I bring Parker on. Yeah, I hope that you guys will go and subscribe to her channel. It's linked in the description box. And oh, thank you, Woofy. You will not be disappointed. Parker is a gem in this community. So I'm going to bring her up. I'm excited. Hi.
Hey. I am in my bed again, escaping the children. So,
My dad actually came down and got Bentley right before the live. I was like, yes. He's like, I'm going to feed him so you can do your live.
wow, that's amazing.
I don't know how long we have. We probably don't have long, but.
Well, mine are playing video games, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Might keep him occupied for a little bit. Hey,
Yep.
Deco. Yeah, my bruise on my forehead looks worse than I thought. On here, you guys. Just ignore me. And I'm like, look at me. I got beat up all. Yeah, pretty bad.
Wow.
Sleepwalking.
Okay, I was like, is there something
I've
we need
always
to
done.
investigate?
No, just investigate me moving the dog cage by my bed before I go to sleep, knowing I sleepwalk and I'm probably going to trip over it and wake up in the floor in a lot of pain.
Ouch.
I know. Where is her channel? It's in the description box. It's in there, right?
Yep.
Thank you, Pink Dahlia. Oh, Mod Squad, Allie and Parker.
Oh, I love Mod Squad.
I love Mod Squad too. She's
amazing.
Awesome. She is amazing. She is a good person on, I know her like off of YouTube too, talk to her often, and she's good to, I'm lucky to know her and call her a friend. I'm lucky to know all of you guys, I swear. I really do feel that way, but yeah.
How is your hair always so, like, mine is always up in the summer because I can't take the heat and it's so frizzy. Your hair is just always in a perfect place.
No.
It's a little bit ridiculous.
Well,
I'm thinking about unsubscribing because of it.
It was in a braid until about 10 minutes ago, and then I just that's all I do. I don't blow dry my hair. I don't straighten it. I'll like wash it, and then if I want it wavy, I'll braid it and sleep in it. I'm lazy, and then I just like unbraid it. That's it. Hey, Scala. How do you have such an awesome tan?
It's called sports, my kids' sports, travel ball, and
oh my, that's expensive.
My son had field days today, which is kind of like they do this big like competition thing. All the classes compete and stuff like that. And because I'm back in college now and I have a paper due and his birthday is Saturday. So our deal was I would go for a little bit and then, go home and work on my paper so I could have this weekend with him, like just where he has my attention. And he got home and everything was perfect. And I was there for a while, but it was like 110 degrees. And one thing you learn about me, I don't like bugs. And there was bugs. So anyway, I said, how was it? He said, good. And I said, I'm sorry I had to leave, but I told you everything was good. And then he was like, I know, but I need to share my feelings. Just 1 second. And I was like, what's the matter? He's like, I was a little bit sad that you weren't there the whole time. And I was like, and he was like, getting all teary-eyed, and I said, Elijah, I am so sorry. I said, I guess I didn't plan well, and I wanted to give you and he's like, okay, give me 1 more second to feel my sadness.
Aww.
I was like, oh my goodness. And then I was like, okay, I'll plan. And so we talked about like how moms can't always do it all, but it's,
yeah.
I was like,
I know that stabbed you right in the heart.
Worst mom. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
terrible.
Break my heart.
It was terrible.
Oh my gosh. So you're back in college. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yes, I am. After YouTube, I felt that like a perfect major. So I've always wanted to be a neurosurgeon. I'm a little bit late for that. I love pediatric psychology. So my major is biopsychology. And hopefully I will either go into pediatric counseling or I really, really want to be a neurosurgeon physician's assistant.
Wow. That
So
is so cool. But also, damn, psychology is not
I
easy.
know.
Yeah.
I really
I
like
remember-
to, well, you know how I work. Like, I like to, I mean, just in our brief time, understand things and why people do what they do. And so I spend a lot of time just studying the brain and
Yeah.
watching brain surgeries and stuff, which is super weird. But
Dude, brain surgery. Oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
So
So it's just, I don't know. I'm just really weird like that. But yeah, so
that is so
so that's kind of
cool.
what I'm doing now. But it's definitely, my oldest two have been fine with it. My youngest has had the hardest time. He'll be 10, but he's had the hardest time adapting to me not being like at his every beck and call. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I bet I could see that getting
so
tough. And then
yeah.
when you're working back to like when you're going to work every day and doing, God, you'll probably have crazy hours doing a job like that.
Yeah, not until, like, I pick out my oldest because, well, we won't, but I think we would have graduated around the same time. I'll be done with PA school and he'll be done with high school. And so I joke that like we're gonna like walk down the aisle together and stuff. And he's
Oh,
like, we
that's
are
so
not going to.
cool.
But yeah, after that initial first year, it'll be pretty crazy hours. So
Oh,
yeah,
that is so sweet though. Graduating
yeah,
at the
he
same time. Y'all could take pictures
yes,
together in your graduation, like in your things, and oh, your cap and gown. That'd be so
yeah.
cool. I
So
took
time wise, it's way harder. What? Go ahead.
you go ahead and then I'll go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say time wise, what I've learned is it's harder as an adult because you have kids, right? And so it makes it harder for time, but time wise, but I'm way more focused and it's more enjoyable to learn now that I'm 40 than it was when I was 20 and never going to class.
Yeah, yeah, I could see. Like, I actually went back to college after I had Bentley. I only
Oh,
went
see?
for 2 semesters. I need to
Mhm.
go finish, but I felt the same way. I made perfect grades and I was like really good.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, it's just totally different when you're a
it
little more
is.
mature.
Mhm.
Now I will say I took psychology. That's what I was going to say when I went back. That was one of the classes, just the basic 101, and
Mhm.
it was fun. I loved that class. I learned a lot, but
Mhm.
also it was a lot of work and a lot
It's a
of
lot of work.
information to learn. Like even when you just go through different the personality disorders, or you know what I mean, it's a lot.
Yes.
So I can't imagine
Yes.
how many psych classes you'll have too. You'll probably have
Yes,
a lot.
next semester is a lot. Is going to be a lot because biology gets mixed in next semester. So, but you know, hey, my husband was a biology. He has a bachelor's in biology, so he's got me covered.
Oh, awesome! Yeah,
But
yeah, I would
yeah,
need that because biology, those kind of classes are hard. But my dad's a chemist, so I'd have him help me if he's like good at Um,
all right
Okay, so
then.
let me go ahead. For those who don't know you, who is Parker? How
Oh
would you
gosh.
describe yourself? If for the people who don't know you.
For the people that don't know me, I would say don't watch me prior to the last year. um, I am kind of like a country redneck type. I don't know, like mom with 3 kids.
Country redneck.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's all I know how to describe my town is like country, like West Virginia, basically, like
Where do you live?
upstate
What
New
state?
York.
Okay,
Yeah, near
upstate New York.
Rochester. Yeah,
And I've heard that it's country up there. Like, yeah.
yeah. It's a little bit. Sometimes it's too much. Like, okay, did you need to raise that Ford Ranger truck? Like your tires are bigger. One tire is like bigger than your whole truck, but whatever.
I
You
know
know,
exactly what you mean.
it's whatever. We lived in Texas for about 6 years, and I miss Texas terribly. But my kids wanted to be near family, and it is much easier to be around family. So
Yeah, it
I'm
is. It's
kind
like
of
a
just
village.
like a pretty laid back person. I have, lost myself for a couple of years. I would say yes, I am. I do care a lot. I have, I cry a lot when it comes to. I have a lot of. I think it's years of counseling that I've been in. Like, there's always a reason people act the way they do. I think, like, like
Yeah, it's
Candace
interesting.
is a good example. Yes, she's a horrible human being, but she also has a reason that she acts that way, and we can see that generationally down. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
my problem is I tend to like see those things in people as like, what's their pain beyond, what's the root of their pain? So it can, get you like into some hardship because, you get
Yeah.
super invested.
And because you'll make excuses like for
Yeah.
Candace, you'll try to, your heart will start to make excuses for the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Exactly.
Miss
And
Parker the actress that used to play Lana? Mod Squad said yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, that was me. Lana has been super gracious since then and forgiven me. We're actually pretty close and talk pretty often now. Lana, you have to get to know her. People don't get to know her. I think that's the problem. Like,
Lana has a big heart. She does.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's the reason why she does the videos that she does. And she has, there when you start to see those parts of her, it is quite different than like some of what you see on her channel.
I tell her all the time, her defense mechanism, we all have them, is like she'll get goofy or just, brush it off like it doesn't matter. And so, I mean,
hey, Wicked West.
Just give her a chance. So yeah, I have no problems with her, and she was very forgiving. And like I said, when I went through this whole thing with the last channel I left, she was texting me. She was the first person to text me and be like, "You okay? You good?" and stuff. So I'm trying to give everybody in this community a chance to get to know me based on who I am, and vice versa.
Yeah, and that's a good idea. Yeah. And that's not a representation of who you were anyways, it was
no.
Yeah. Okay, Punksy, have a good night. Hope
Bye,
everything's
Punksy.
okay. Okay, so what are 3 words that describe you? If you could think of 3, just 3.
Yep. Competitive, badly. Kind and passionate, I think, but not in a weird way.
Okay.
But it's like whatever I do, it's 110%.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a good thing. Let's see. Okay. What brought you to YouTube?
Oh my gosh. Well, the pandemic. I was on Facebook and something led me to Natasha's Facebook Live. She was doing a spirit box. So I made fun of her. That's what I was thinking. And then Jax Flores said something really nasty to me in the chat. Then I felt bad because that's who I am. So I went back in and apologized. And the rest is history. And then by October, I was her mod of 2020. And then boom, YouTube took over. So yeah, it's...
Wow.
I don't even know how I ended up in that Facebook thing, but I knew I ended up making fun of the spirit box. That was how I ended up in their chat.
Wow. I just never would have seen that that's crazy. And on Facebook, which a lot of people did come to YouTube because of the pandemic. That's
yeah. I mean, I remember Natasha didn't even come to YouTube until like November of that year, when everybody after the Chris Watts thing popped out, people went and like came to YouTube and like Watts Island just sunk us all.
Oh my God. What a daggone mess. Well,
awesome, Pink Dahlia.
A good for my next question, which is like a 2-part, the best and the worst experience you've had on YouTube.
The best would be just the fun community aspect of it. The best experience would be the times when people actually laugh. But overall, I think the best experience has been when tragedy occurs, and that sounds really horrible. And I've seen that this community can actually be decent human beings. So the worst experience has definitely been the shift from leaving the one channel and seeing in a 10-minute span 200 people that were my friends turn on me so quickly. That was by far just like a wait, what just happened? Like type of thing.
I can't imagine, because when I had my issue with that channel, I will never forget this. I was watching the chat. This like shook me to my core. I cried so hard. I've never experienced because hell, after I got sober, which was almost 6 years ago, I quit hanging out around people. I really had never had any beef with anybody, any problems, boring, kind of boring life. And then all of a sudden, I see all these people in chat who viewed my videos regularly about with Sherilyn, my Watts videos, and you see them all just start turning on me and like saying really awful things in chat. A lot of, about 90% of it was not true. And I remember I was like losing my shit trying to like type, and I had all these like,
that might have been one of the worst experiences, was just that whole mess, seeing that go down. You know, when you just look back and you think, okay, collectively there was a lot of worst experiences because I hurt people several times. And I think whenever you can look back and think to yourself, man, I really hurt that person, you know, that's a bad experience. But I mean, you went through, it was bad.
Oh my God. And now like people are like, you're typos. And I'm like, yeah, I'm crying. I'm sitting here hysterically crying, trying to type this shit out. And I had no spell check on my phone. I was just like, oh, that was the worst. And see, you really see though, when you experience something like that, how a chat can turn against you so quickly.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
And it's like, you don't even know these people and you've done nothing to them. They were your friends for like a long time.
Yeah, or you thought,
that would feel like seeing them turn on you. That would just be like so hurtful.
It is. And you can choose to go at it and go back and forth, or you can just choose to keep walking away, because really, I mean, you just have to stop it. You know, you have to and that's what you do. We've talked about that. You just shut it down. You have to, because somebody has to stop, or it'll just go back and forth.
Or it's the tit for tat. I won't do that. There's no way. You can say whatever you want about me. I'm probably not going to respond. If I do, I'm going to respond directly to you. I'm not coming to my channel to do that.
And actually, like, some people from that community were basically ostracized. Oh, there goes my words again. I just make up my own. From participating in my channel. Like, if they were in my channel, then they couldn't go back to that channel. And so those people are the people that I consider like ride or dies, you know, that they were willing to like leave their friends to be true to that, you know. So that I had never, people kept saying it's like a cult like mentality, and I hadn't really experienced that until that moment. And I was like, what? Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it's like that mob mentality too. You see how powerful in groups like this, like opinions can be, and just how it really shows you how other people can really shape opinions. I don't think many people would like to admit that they can be so easily swayed.
Oh, you can. You can. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. It's weird.
Mod Squad, same. I'll respond once, maybe twice, then I'm out. Pointer lover, you're awesome. Thank you. Hey, Cher, by the way. Cher said, oh, they better not say anything about Alex. I'll be snapping. Would not
Cher's another one that I didn't even really watch before, because, well, this was the great thing, is that I started watching people that I would have rather not ever watched before, you know, because, well, you know how it is. You're in one community. Well, okay, you better not be seen over there. But like, I started watching Cher afterwards, and like, I was like, she's got good stuff, you know, like, you just...
Yeah, Cher has an awesome channel, and she takes a lot of backlash she's often, well, I've never seen her doing the wrong things, but oftentimes she takes backlash for doing like the right thing that she should do. And I don't know, it's crazy to see the kind of hate and stuff that she gets. It is nasty, but I
thought it was weird when she got so much hate for doing the right thing and shutting Don Wells down and putting boundaries up. That was weird to me, because she stuck by him, and then he's a lying scum. So yes, she put the boundaries up, and people flipped on her. And I'm just like,
they're pissed she stood by him, then pissed that she put boundaries up. Like, which the hell one is it? But yeah, she is awesome. She said positively Parker with a praying and a heart.
Oh, thanks. She voices.
People do love to hate. It's crazy. It's popular to hate people. What state? West Virginia, Stephanie. And Parker's from New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want both Cher and Alex up to talk summer sometime. That would be insane.
Oh, we should do it one time with you on. I love Cher. she brought a lot of information with her too. People can say what they want, but she has put out a lot of stuff that we would not have known before, and phone calls and stuff that are just mind blowing, like things that people love to talk about, but they want to be pissed that somebody released it. I don't know. You can never please everybody, though. That's just kind of
no. And I thought Mr. Cher was I mean, he's amazing to me. And when she got with him and they moved together, I felt like he was such a great, like they're a perfect fit, because he doesn't do the drama. He really hates the drama. And I just noticed that he really came in and was like, all right, enough's enough. And I don't know. I just thought he was, I think he's amazing. He's one of my favorite on here. I just think he's cool.
She said, wait till I let everyone read all of our text unedited.
Oh, yes.
Which I know that's true, because there are things that she's told me before, like, you know, I had to call TBI over, maybe she wouldn't tell me what, maybe she would, but things that wouldn't be released publicly, and she's contacting the police over it and stuff. There's a reason why. So yeah. I can't wait to see their conversations unedited, though. Come on, Cher. I'm waiting on it. But yeah, I was gonna say something and I totally lost my train of thought. So hopefully it'll come back to me. I'll go ahead and ask you my next question while I listen to you. So what advice would you give someone who wanted to start a channel or wanted to mod for a channel, like a big channel that gets, or any, you know, either way, or both?
Be true to yourself, for sure. Have yourself figured out before you, and don't let anybody tell you or lead you in one direction. I think my best advice would be to give everyone a chance until they give you a reason not to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's good advice in general too. Be true to yourself. And I remembered what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Watching Cher and Mr. Cher together, it's crazy, but yeah, they are the perfect fit, and they have such, like, he watches her like with such like
he does, like, and he just shuts the drama right down. You know?
Yeah.
When he has to get involved, then you know it's like bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Better watch out.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your channel for people who haven't been over there.
Yeah, so when I originally started this channel, I was like, I'm not going to do true crime. Like, I don't have an act for it. And then a couple people talked to me and were like, do you remember? Like, I love researching and stuff. And so it was going to be a little bit about everything. And then, like, it still is sometimes. But I really like, and I want to pick topics that, you know, we can discuss sometimes, like mental health. But I've really just enjoyed bringing light to cases that maybe don't have as much exposure. Like Aiden Clune, for instance, the kids that's missing. I feel, in my opinion, that he has been written off a little bit because they do believe, and there's pretty good chance that he had a mental break. And so, but he still deserves to be found.
Right.
And just cases that don't, and just, you know, things that are, so I started really liking that, and I just realized how crazy this world is. And so if I can do a little bit something to make it better on my channel, then I don't know.
Absolutely. If I can give you a little bit of advice, what I've learned, like what you could do, and this is what I try to do, is I'll cover the trending stories that people want to talk about, but then like sandwich in the stories that maybe aren't being talked about as much, because then you're getting the audience, right?
Yeah.
And some of the people may like you and may stick around because of that, or maybe they're just bored and you're the only one live that day and they want to they finish watching or whatever, and you will actually make a difference and create more awareness that way, because you're using these bigger cases. And not to say using, like Summer, for instance, not using her because you care about all of, you know, her just as much, if not more, because Summer, there's something with her case that just like grabs onto your heart, and it makes it where you begin to not be able to even sleep sometimes at night because of thinking about it, you know, and there's so many rabbit holes. But so I think that it's not using her, but it's like, just like people say she saved her brothers, like she at least did that. She saved them from a very bad situation.
Think about that. That's true.
Yeah, and she also could save other kids too when you use her awareness and the popularity of her story to help other kids out there.
Yeah, I think there's those cases that just like Uvalde has been one of those where it's just, I think because I talk to, I talk often to one of the family members and I've seen pictures that other people haven't seen of funerals and stuff. And when it hits you home, I think it's just like, it's harder to let go of. It really is.
Oh yeah, yeah. You turn it off, but your brain don't turn it off. You may not be alive anymore, but you're still thinking about the little girl who is ID'd with our Converses,
Yep.
and things like
Totally.
uh-huh. It
Yeah.
sticks with you. You definitely take it with you where,
Yeah.
home and wherever you go. Oh, so this is my next question actually.
hmm
What case has touched you the most?
Um, so right now it would seem to be the Uvalde. I still think there's a lot of answers, and now the police are fighting really hard to not get things released, and they found a legal loophole to do so. I
What?
just, yeah, they did. It's really, I just feel there's so many unanswered questions there, and it bothers me so much because feel like a mother said, it was when a mom said, I know that everybody's just going to stop talking about it. When the kids stop talking and all the, the novelty of the goriness goes away, then everyone's just going to forget about what happened here. And that breaks my heart. Um, that and just like the Aiden Klum case, because there's just nothing. There's just nothing. And I just feel really, really awful that if he had a mental break, that's how he passed and that he's not found yet. Because it's the mothers. Whenever I see a mother as desperate as that, it just really,
Oh, yeah, that's heartbreaking. There's actually a case of a missing woman that happened. Do you remember this? She had also had a mental break, and I believe the police had picked her up and they released her in the middle of the night in a town in the middle of nowhere, and she was not mentally okay, and she's never been found again. And that reminds me of her
oh
case
my
a little
gosh, that's
bit.
awful. That's so awful. And yeah, Wicked West, that makes me sad because it really should have, not so basic Brooke. Oh, not so basic Brooke. Wow. Well, it's good to see you, Brooke. I'm just surprised she used to mod with me. The
Oh,
I'm sad that like not everyone agrees with my stance on what happened to Harry. Like I still think there's lots of questions. I know it was probably an accident, the kid that drowned in the pond, but I still think there's, I don't know, I go back and forth, but not, a lot of people think it's an accident, but I didn't feel like, I don't know, I guess as a creator, people are allowed to have other opinions. So I guess is how I
I
feel.
don't like that. I don't like that either.
Yeah,
It's like, um,
it's
I
weird.
just think that you can come in my chat. For one, talking about true crime, you could literally you could hate me. And I
hmm
don't care if it's going to help these kids and bring awareness. If you can be respectful and join the conversation, then that you don't have to agree. I don't want you to agree with me.
Yep.
I'd rather you challenge my opinion or my thoughts and
hmm
then kind of, either make it stronger or help me find a new one, whatever. But
Absolutely.
I can't stand that either. I can't stand the way it turns into such an echo chamber.
Yeah.
And
And people are capable of going it. Like my chat will often have people from Grannies, people from, if Melissa Jade and Lana can exist in a chat and be respectful, we
yeah,
all should be, like be adults. You can
yep,
exist together.
absolutely. Now I want to ask you,
hmm
the day that happened in the casino, when
So
she came on and you were on panel,
yeah, that was not intentional. So the
what were
big
you
thing was, oh my God. So Christy Ann, she was with me. And so we just talked about this on a live the other day. She could tell it was horrible because I was on Natasha's StreamYard. She was behind the scenes, like, because we were worried about peens and stuff. So she was sitting there because I didn't know at that point you could authenticate and check somebody's, like see your face. So the next thing I know, she's just up there. And I'm like, did you just let yourself up? And Christiane's like trying to fill the silence. It was awful. It was so, hey, Granny's watching. Yeah. It was like, I wanted to vomit. And I don't think that she did it intentionally either. I think we were just trying, because the live before that, we had like a peen bomb or something. So it was just, yeah, no, that wasn't intentional. Christiane can assure you that it was not. But yeah, my thought was, but then people were like, did you do it to expose her? I was like, no. I think it was one of my first times using StreamYard too. So I did it.
Yeah. I can't imagine how you felt, but I know what happened. I know, like, because if you're used to streaming, you could see what when you come in on your phone, you immediately go on screen. Instead of on your computer, you come in and you're backstage and your screen, like, when I start and you just seen the roses in the background music,
Yes.
we were with backstage. On a phone, you don't go, you go straight to on panel.
I guess I didn't even think about that. That makes sense. Okay, because yeah, it was. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. Look at these, by the way. These are so cool. It's water drops, but it's from like the green store. And
really?
Yeah, and you drop them in your water and it makes like a, don't let your kids get your water, but
oh my
yeah, I wanted to show Cher, but I know you probably don't
wow.
smoke, but still I thought it was a cool, like really cool. You see the little,
that is wild.
But
yeah, Granny, we were trash talking you. Just kidding.
No, but it's true. You can have you have those chats where many people from all communities come and they still do okay. And
yeah.
then, and I think that though, like
the creator sets the tone for it, I think.
Yeah, totally agree. And it depends on the kind of channel, right?
Yeah.
If it is a drama channel, you would expect for there to be more like.
Yeah. But I mean, like Andrea's mom was in Granny's the other day and Granny was like, that you're fine here as long as you're, like it's, if you're respectful, then there's,
yep.
Or you could be like me and accidentally type into Granny's chat when I was supposed like trying to report back to Natasha. And I accidentally was like, typed in Granny's chat. That was kind of humiliating.
I did that once too.
So bad. That's where they coined the phrase Parkerism, because I do things like that all the time.
Oh my gosh. What'd you type in the chat?
Oh, it was something about like basically like reporting, basically reporting back to Tasha about Granny. And I typed it in her chat. And then I tried to delete it. See, this is why I'm a horrible criminal. I tried to delete it, only to realize she's the creator. She can still see it.
Oh my gosh.
There was no getting out of it. But Tasha actually handled it really well, because I thought she was going to kill me and she didn't. She was like, okay. It's not my proudest moment.
I did that once in her chat.
In Tasha's
I never actually admitted admitted it publicly what happened. Like one time I was typing to a message group, Irvin. It was around the time that he had like switched and people were using that tornado to like, and I was mad at him at the time. So I typed like a bunch of tornadoes that was supposed to go in my message group and it went in her chat and I deleted it. And then she's like, I've seen that, Alex. I've seen the tornadoes. I was like, oh.
You just want to go away from YouTube for a couple days and hope somebody does something more stupid so that people stop talking.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious. But they will, because it doesn't matter. Even if it's the biggest scandal ever, if you don't like feed into it, the next biggest scandal will happen the next day. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of do what I do. You're in everybody's channel. You just don't engage in it, I guess. Like, because I see you in Brittany's or Grant, like you don't.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, like, I met a lot of them before they even had channels and started friendships with people. And then they argue and you care about both of them. And you can see good qualities in both, like in Brittany and Jess.
Mm-hmm.
I could name 5 things about both that are like really great qualities. And
I will say, no one has made me choose since I've been out of there. Like, Brittany, or no one has said, well, if you're going there, you can't go here or something.
Don't come here. I don't want to see you over here if you've been over there supporting that. And yeah. So yeah, I think it just depends on how do you look at things and see like the best in them, or do you look at things and see the worst?
Yep,
'Cause,
exactly.
yeah, and then yeah, and also I don't know, and it does like I feel bad for the subscribers who like all the channels.
Yeah, that's rough.
It sucks. It just really sucks. It puts them through and also when they really like the channel owner and they see them going through tough stuff on here, being ridiculed, it hurts them for
Yep,
us, for
it does.
whoever.
It's really sad. It's just really sad. It doesn't have to be that way. It's just really sad.
Oh, thank you, Teresa.
Oh, thanks, Teresa. I have a question for you. Screenshots of yourself, like people, do you watch, like I don't watch, no one, everyone. Okay, so when you say don't send me screenshots, no one has tried to send me anything. Because I just made that. Like, do you actually listen to the hate about yourself?
Yes.
Oh gosh, God bless you. You'd be putting me in a home.
Some people can't do it. I have to see it. I want to see it all. I want to know what's being said. Now, I won't say nothing. I might pretend I didn't see it. But usually,
that's awesome. I might pretend I didn't see it.
But usually, I have. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah, you're good. Right, Jill. Oh, I think there's a fine line. Yeah, Granny, I agree.
So I don't. It would drive me to insanity. Oh my God.
Yeah, Granny. I got to start calling you Jess because it makes me feel weird, like Granny. Like I feel like I'm talking to my grandma or something. But yeah, I just know that for me, I'm way too overly sensitive to watch it. Now, people will say, "Do you want this? Like, do you want to see this?" And I'll be like, nah. You know, I just know the kind of mood I'm in because I also know that it'll start to get me defensive. And one day, I know, like people want to break me or something.
Yeah.
To fight back, and I really don't. There's times where I do address things, but I try to not do it into like an accusatory tone.
Yeah, and you know what? I do see people do that all the time on here, and I swear I've seen them do it to Jess and actually Mandy C. People will like bait people.
I don't like that.
To get them to respond, and
it's happening a lot.
And then be like, "Oh, look how she responded!" Like it reminds me of like abusive relationships.
Know what happened? Yeah, what fully happened today, other than a friend of mine sent me and said, "I'm really tired of this." And then I saw, like, I don't know, it was a picture of Jess at some point. I don't even know really what it was, but we just had a huge conversation on my live about like stop shaming people for being recovering. And so I just have a real problem with pictures mocking people's recoveries and stuff. Like, I just don't like it. So I don't know what happened fully today with Jess, but if there was pictures floating around, that is really, I don't know. I'm falling.
She said it was Photoshop. It was Photoshop. It wasn't her. I'm falling for the bait because someone wants to send me something despite me not wanting to see it. Some things make me respond. And they know that some. Yeah, the photo wasn't her. I have a question.
Okay, Jess.
Take Janet Girl on Wednesdays. We actually had already mentioned her playing you a little bit. Someone in chat asked
Lana, it actually took me longer than you thought because I had to get the right hair, and then I had to get the Dollar General glasses, which you don't wear Dollar General glasses, and I really had to get into character. So I would sit, and meditate on what would Lana do, and but that was another part. Like now looking back, like Boston, I love Boston, huge fan. She'll say, "Parker, you used to nail it." Like she's like, I couldn't help but laugh at you. But those are one of those moments where you go, for like 6 months, I hurt somebody that I wish like no one wants to be mocked, and that's not even, that was me mocking her for times 2. I mean, that's right. No one just, oh my God.
Yeah. At least, though, I think that you were, what would Mod Squad do? I think that you were never like we've seen some really nasty stuff. We've seen some medical records sharing medical
Oh, yeah.
diagnosis. Even when that was happening, I'm like, wait a minute. I would
No,
never,
that
ever
really bothers
make
me.
a guess about something. The fact, whether you believe it or don't, it ain't your place to, it is not your place to even
No.
talk about that. I'm sorry, it's
No.
not.
I think there's people we're pushing to the point of, I don't know, I don't know. I just don't like to see people baited and pushed to the edge.
I don't either. I was addicted to heroin at one point, Granny, and I don't like addict shaming either. I don't know. It's gross the way it gets on here. Now, look, there was actually a situation where someone might have actually faked a cancer diagnosis a while back. If you guys remember, like 6 months ago, remember?
I feel like I feel like I heard of that.
Mm-hmm. It was on, yeah, you probably did.
Okay.
And I won't even say who it is, but even at that time, which I believe that it wasn't true, because I still felt like, why are you making this content? If they are lying about that, they've obviously got some kind of internal issues going on, and some really
exactly
that it's not something that you need to be using for content.
It's not my business. Like, what you do medically, that's all your. Hi, Albie Frank. That's your business. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it is really bothersome, the lengths that I've seen lately. Like, I mean, photoshopping Granny, that is so hurtful. I just don't like that. But
and I think she's saying they used a photo of a woman who actually was addicted to stuff and had fought over.
Oh my gosh! My gosh, that could be so
triggering. I mean,
oh yeah, that's bad.
They held fundraisers, spoke out all the time. I never had a fundraiser. I rarely spoke about it. It was cervical, not life threatening. Well,
Jess, I didn't even know about it actually until I didn't really even know about it. So,
oh my God, I had someone do that in my Bravo group at the same time as I was newly diagnosed. Oh,
wasn't there a girl not on YouTube that did it and raised a whole bunch of funds though, but she actually got arrested? Like in the real world. Like,
yeah, I've seen that on the news twice, actually, like two different, I can think of two, because they do like GoFundMe's for the cancer. And I mean, fake shave their heads and all that stuff. Like,
gosh.
No, it wasn't anyone's business. It's stupid. I cannot, please.
Do you think they shaved Summer's head to pull something like that?
I question it. I was going to get into case talk now, actually.
Well, so that's just like, you got me on that rabbit hole. And if you want to see some redneck fighting, you head on over to Rose Bly's Facebook page. Oh my gosh. It's like all it is you slept with Jeannie. Is that the sister? Mm-hmm. Jeannie slept with Chris. Jeannie admitted to killing Rose, and just like two sides fighting the whole time. I had to get some popcorn. I felt like I was on Jerry Springer of Tennessee.
And now we've seen like people come out. She's under this driveway. Chris McDonough has talked about certain things happening with Rose's case that seem like it's like headed towards being solved, but I don't know. I do know there's a woman that comes in my chat all the time, and she.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta. Lana, no, you haven't been wrong. So, but whatever. Keep going. She's always been right. Every conspiracy she's told me so far has actually come true. So,
yeah.
So one girl came in your chat.
I don't even remember. Let me think for a second. Oh yeah. And she's from Wisconsin, knows the family, knows Rose's husband, and is friends with him, and gives us all kinds of information all the time. She's actually been on Zav Girl's panel talking about it. You can search on Zav's channel and find her. Her name's Lisa. Matter of fact, she's the one I went looking for. Like, also every couple of days, check Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, search for Summer, look for the latest. And I found these photos.
You should ask her if Candace is really there.
If she, I hope I will. Maybe she'll.
Per the claims that she's taking care of a family member.
She's the one who posted this. So look,
All right.
we have Wisconsin Missing Persons Advocacy held their annual missing persons event, and Candy, Grandma Candy, goes every year and has a table for Rose. This year, she added a table for Summer. They also are having a 2-day online Lights of Hope event, and then she shared with that this photo and then this photo, which and also this. So she makes these little lanterns like this, and then this is the event thing, which it just made me think. So Grandma goes, and why didn't Candace go? Why didn't
That's the
she?
thing. I don't think Grandma had anything to do with Rose or Summer. At least I don't. Maybe I don't know about Summer because I don't know enough yet to. But Rose, I don't. But I haven't crossed off the sisters yet. And there's a brother too. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, and brother, and he's got some dark past. But Grandma has actually like been on the news a few times before Summer ever went missing. I think 2019 was the last time to talk about Rose. She's been kind of vocal and out there. And I was surprised when she went on the news for Summer. We could barely get Candace to do that. I mean, she'll go on YouTube to flirt with the men, but she really doesn't want to, do all that. So
Well, there's a lot of sleeping around in that family. That's all I gotta say, based on like their Facebook pages.
yeah. Oh, they're great. Candace has like 10 Facebook. And I was able to prove at one time that she was actively posting on both, because I found her posting on one, say like September 1st, posting on another September 15th, and then back to that first one at the end of September. That's just like a date that I'm throwing out there. But it was like 2 weeks apart and then 2 weeks longer, and she does it again.
Well, I still think it's weird that she, like, if your kid was missing, the last one that I saw she posts on, wouldn't you follow Missing Kids of Tennessee? Instead, she follows Missing Kids of Wisconsin, which I assume is because of Rose. But she doesn't follow any missing anything from Tennessee.
Yeah, that's weird. Jess says, I disagree. The public wouldn't be acceptable of her being out there. Me and Jess never agree on cases. But look here, Jess. Candace created a YouTube channel, was going live on YouTube, hanging out with people. She was going on other men's channels and wishing them happy birthday on Summer's and like 9-month missing. She was out there.
Jess, it's pretty gross. Go to her Facebook page. It's pretty gross.
She just wasn't out there like the way for Summer necessarily. It was more like just hanging out like on her YouTube channel. If you watch her lives, she's just hanging out. If you look at her TikTok before, she gives me like she's almost trying to be like TikTok famous type vibe, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Lana. Thanks to Parker for always being truthful. I think you secretly had a Katy Perry girl crush.
I do.
Rightfully so. I told Tasha I would have Parker.
And you did. Okay, so
Pink Dahlia.
Her brother's out of jail now, right? So
no, that's okay, Jess.
That's going to get interesting.
I know. I'm waiting for Dawn to get out, because Candace has said when she was going on these men's channels that she kind of had a crush on. She said on there that she doesn't trust Dawn and can't believe the things he's saying. And because she's like, I really wanted to. He's my husband, but I don't even trust him anymore when it comes to Summer's disappearance. So what's Dawn going to say when he gets out? Because if you guys remember, Dawn had... Did you ever see where he's like real drunk and he's like, I got 7 alibis and she ain't got none?
Yeah, because he watches true crime.
Yes, he does. And you are so right. Hey, Rena.
He creates his own alibis. It's bizarre and gross. Gross.
Yeah, she's acted way differently since Dawn's been in jail. He does watch true crime. Me and Parker were talking about this. Hey, Sleuth Mom. He does. He's mentioned in interviews Madeleine McCain, John Bonet, O.J. Simpson. Then you're thinking that he could have been watching the Boswell stuff.
That's the only reason I can think of why he would bring up Don. I mean, the fact that Don Sherfy has connections and was a suspect in both cases is so weird to me.
That is so weird. Yeah. And then the shed part, that's the part that gives me like the, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe they've never like looked under the shit. I guess I'm just shocked. Maybe they have. Maybe they've moved them all and stuff, but I
Huge
don't know.
Parker fan. I have a gift for Parker, her very own timeline for Texas.
That's right. Oh, you did it, Lana. You're amazing. She was putting together Uvalde time
Oh, hey
timeline for me.
Monica. Let me see. I wonder if he looked up cases on how to act. I don't know, but it's really interesting. He's brought up like those, I don't know. I kind of feel like I was always more suspicious of Candace than Dawn, but because I thought Candace was the one kind of running the show. But then when he goes to jail and she becomes more public and vocal, it makes me think maybe he was kind of running the show and he was controlling.
What do you think? So, what would be the reason? So, really quick, the Boswell case. She just got switched. Her mom, no, Megan, if you can even call her mother, her trial got pushed out again from September to February because there's fingerprint evidence that the defense needs or something. I'm on a live. You're hungry? Okay. Well, your dad's right there. But so why would they push it? Like, this has been nearly 3 years. So Megan wet the bed right after. Remember, she wet the bed, so that was like a sure sign of trauma. So she was going down no matter what. But why would they keep pushing out her trial? Do you think there's other people involved? When we're going
I don't
on 3
know.
years.
What I had saw the last time that I watched the court, I thought they said that they hadn't got the results back from the lab stuff. So maybe that's.
Oh, maybe they haven't. Okay.
But I don't know. All I know is that case is very close to Summers, and there are those things that make it like stand out, but also it is his very own like craziness on its own, like
grandma and grandma's boyfriend and that
and
one
then the
hunter
baby
that
daddy.
yeah.
The
and
other
then
hunter in
who
this
they
case.
they just forgot about, who we know's done illegal stuff. And
Yeah,
it's
who
just
was part of this car being given to grandma, right? Hunter was wrapped up in that too. And then yeah, I don't know. And
she
Megan,
was
I mean,
found
she lied 12 times.
Yeah, she was found in a shed inside of like a toy thing that had been built for her with her toys and like diaper. Like, who does that?
My God.
I guess I don't.
Thank you, Broken Justice. I so appreciate that. And I love you too. Thank you so much.
Well, apparently they live 20 minutes from each other or something, or 20 miles or something weird like that.
And I told you there's a investigator, or it's either investigator or an attorney that was like linked to both through my friend who's like local in the area. And she was talking about the similarities and she had a conversation. It was a cop that was, kind of involved in both. Let's see.
The church that Candace goes to, isn't that in Kingsport? And that's where that's where she was found. It's where Boswell Sr. lives.
Wait, he lives in Kingsport?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Hence the hubbubaloo. Yes.
Like, I knew it was close, but I didn't know it was Kingsport.
Yeah, Kingsport. Yeah. That's the churches that Candace likes on her Facebook are in Kingsport. That's where one of the churches.
That's where the pond is they were at that day. The hospital, the Sonic, the hippie house, the tobacco store, all those are in Kingsport.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
Oh, wow. Damn, I would have loved to go look at his house. And have you ever seen the video of the mom's boyfriend leaving court? And he says something about like the road name that hit the dad lives in?
Yes.
Weird. Like,
it's all weird. Yep.
Very weird. Breaking news for Sheldon. 911 caller not at the body like he claimed. Just saying. Go, Parker. Go, Parker. And then she said something else. Like, I saw it said next question.
Oh, sorry.
Parker, did you and Natasha ever work on a true crime case? And Rena said, Parker and I worked on them.
Yes, we did. Rena and I got really obsessed with the Watts case a lot. A lot.
what about Gabby? When Gabby happened, and what was it like being a mod for a channel that exploded like that? I've never actually seen that. Like one day, 20,000. It
I
seemed
mean,
like
the hard part about Gabby was it wasn't really any research. Like we did a lot of research, but it was basically aired to everybody, like, so it was just constant streaming of the news. uh it was weird, but it was interesting. I saw a definite shift from Watts to when things exploded, of losing sight about why we were originally there, like, just, yeah.
was that
So,
along like the Britney mysterious case files? Like,
yeah, right around the whole all that stuff, things yeah, I don't know, it got really weird, and
I could totally not
changed.
see you being okay with some of the things that were happening there.
Yeah, I think.
Not even necessarily with particularly Natasha or just only her, just like in general.
Yeah,
And
it's really hard. Well, that's kind of the thing. You look back and go, what was I thinking? Like, that's not okay. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think there's a part of you that wants to fit in somewhere so bad. And there's a lot of really great parts of Natasha. So, and it's the mods you talk to every day, and knowing that you'll lose that relationship and stuff is
me and
tough.
Jess talked about this before a long time ago, Granny, and the community, the friendships, every day you have these people here that
Yeah.
and it really, I'm sure, like,
Yes.
coming out of that, you're kind of like, what do I do? What am
Yeah.
I going to do now? Thank you, Pink Dahlia. That is so sweet. You all give me a reason to keep going. Thank you all. You are the
Thanks,
sweetest.
Pink Dahlia.
Yeah, and yeah, I can no, there's things that I don't know her personally as a friend, but I can watch her and think of many redeeming qualities that she
Yeah,
has.
she is funny. I mean, she is
Funny,
funny.
entertaining,
Yeah.
freaking very intelligent.
And moments she does really care. Like, she does legitimately, to a point,
yeah,
care.
I could totally see that.
But like Amber, one of my mods now, she never engaged in any drama at all. Like, she's crazy. She's just one of these women that is just, she'll never engage in drama. And it's just really fun now because she just really likes getting back to research. Rena and I had a bad breakup. So the fact that we're even
Yeah.
so
cool to
again.
like come back together and be friends again.
Yeah. And when I started, I got a lot of heat. I got a lot of heat when the whole Lana and I made amends too. That was rough. That, again, some people that I thought were my friends really kind of turned.
I get heat too because I don't, because Lana and I are friends. But the way I look at it is, me and her we have argued a lot privately about things, but also, why would anyone want that for us? Like, I don't know. I just feel like we've had the things that we disagree on and stuff too, but why would, like, if we can get past all of that stuff and be friends, why would you not want that? And why would you want to be stuck I don't know.
No way. And if I say hi I'm not asking Lana and Melissa Jade to be friends if I'm friends with both of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not asking these people to be friends. We're just asking them to respect that we like the other, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was just an
example. It can be tough when there's a lot of emotions and stuff and all that involved. But the way it is just like I said, if I try to find redeeming qualities in people and look at the good in them, if they do something I don't agree with and they are a friend of mine or something, I might talk to them privately about it. I'm not going to bash anybody on my channel. And I can find really positive things that all those people have done in our dating, so I just
totally,
in the situation I was in, I feel everybody was in the wrong somewhat. Everybody in different ways, including me. And I've, been honest. Well, because Lana asked me on day one if I had talked to Natasha, and I knew better than to even get messed up in some kind of drama where you can't just be honest with what you're doing. but I wasn't, and so
You're like me. You don't like confrontation either, though. So you're just like,
I hate it. Yeah.
me too.
Now, if I'm really pissed, I'm
Yeah, I
but
saw that
most
last
of the time-
night talking about Don. Yes.
or Tim Mullen.
Yeah.
Oh, Nikki, you're amazing. I love you, Nikki Rex. I haven't talked to you for a while, but still love you to pieces. Okay, let me see. Favorite YouTube channel.
Oh, I'm here a lot now. So I think here.
No.
Let's do outside of this community. Outside of this community, I'm one of those dorks that I love the Doherty Dozen. I'm such a dork. Yeah, it's a woman that lives close to me. They have like 500,000 subscribers. She has like 12 foster kids, and I'm telling you, they were both special ed teachers, and they are the sweetest, most real. But she it's just fun to watch their family. It's just really fun. So I watch some of them, and some of the LawTube creators I watch just to brush up on law.
Super interesting. Now I've gotten some funny answers with these creator interviews, but a lot of people do that, like watch the family vlogging type videos with the big families, because you're not the first person who has told me that.
I watch Red, White, and Bethune a lot because they have had some really rough goes since they found, essentially found Gabby's vehicle. They've had many CPS calls on them. Like they have had it really rough. Like a couple weeks ago, their kids were helping them work on, because they're redoing the inside of a van to use a van for the summer so they can get into more places that they couldn't with the bus. And people were saying it was like child labor and all this stuff, even though the kids asked to have. So yeah, they've had quite a few CPS calls. So it has not been easy for them since the whole Gabby thing, but they are super just kind people, really kind people. So I like to support them a lot. And if you go into their chat, they make sure they address everybody. Even though they've got 50,000 subscribers, they don't at all act like that. So
I can't believe that they've had CPS calls and stuff like that from that's crazy.
People saying, well, their kids aren't schooled properly. The kids are super happy. The kids are fine. They're living it up. They're fine.
I love that channel, says Wicked West. Connie said, hold on. New to this channel, looking forward to seeing what it is all about. Your channel, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to check it out too.
I didn't know Melissa Jade was here.
I don't know what that was to, Melissa. Maybe it's to the chat. I'm not sure. And then let me see. These people these days, I know they are so heartless. It's crazy.
And Jen is the wife, and she has been very, very, very open about her mental health struggles and her depression struggles. And I really appreciate that. And just, it's to call CPS. I mean, those kids they're traveling around the country. I asked my son if he wanted to do it, my 13-year-old. He said, not a chance, but still
that would be awesome though. I agree.
It'd be amazing. I mean, anybody who can be with their children that long, though, in a vehicle deserves some sort of award. Come on, let's be real.
Yeah, I don't know. I need a camper or something like that. If we need a bigger space.
But with gas, the bus is so, so yeah.
Yeah, with gas right now. I like Mile Higher Podcast too, and the Sesh. That's Kendall Ray.
Yes.
She has good podcasts, but there's also a makeup podcast that I really like. It's these two makeup creators, and it's called Full Coverage, but they spell full FOOL, and they talk about things like the Johnny Depp trial and just different things happening. And
that's cool.
They're really funny.
I really like Sleuth Mom lately too. I had never known her before recently, and she does a lot of missing kids. Yeah, she's got good stuff.
Yeah, was she? I don't know much about her either, but I think she was streaming yesterday for summer or something.
No drama, no BS. She's just straight up. Yeah, straight up, doesn't entertain any drama whatsoever.
Now, I know that some like drama is very like some of the things that happen are very serious, but
Yeah.
I wish that people realize the majority of the things that are that happen are just so pointless, and so life is so short. I mean, it really is. You never know when you're going to wake up
Ugh.
tomorrow, and something could happen to one of your kids, your spouse, your parents. You don't know. And I just yes, ma'am.
Well, I mean, we saw those 11 kids standing up there with their teacher, and an hour later, all 11 were dead. Like,
Oh, so I was talking to my dad about that, and
oh yeah,
that's one of the things I was going to talk to you about. So anything that you need or wanted to know from like somebody he owns a gun shop. He has a lot of experience with weapons, and he knows he's overall like a pretty intelligent guy. He went to Virginia Tech. He's a chemist. He has also a minor in nutrition. But anyways,
yeah, I've got some questions for him for sure.
Yeah, anything you need to know for your like if you need something for your channel, anything. Now, I was asking him about ARs, and he was telling me that he's like the conversation is so much more broad than people realize, because AR is just, it doesn't mean automatic rifle. That's just one brand of semi-automatic rifle. There are many different kinds. AR stands for the brand. It's like it's a word, it's another language, but it starts with an A, then the second word with an R. But yeah, it's much more broad than that, and there's different sizes. It could be many different size. Like they're not all one size bullet, not all the same amount of damage. It can be very different. Now, he told me that the particular weapon that he used was, for one, a super expensive rifle. He said
that I need all that. I want. Okay, don't let me forget. But yes, I need all this. Yeah, I will want.
And anything else.
Yeah.
He said it was like $3,000, and that there's Smith and Wesson makes a very similar model for like $700. That's still very good, but the fact that this kid had a gun,
two of them.
Two guns this expensive at 18. And my dad also agrees that, why are kids able to go to war at 18 and buy guns at 18, but they can't? In West Virginia, you can't drink till you're 25.
What? Wow, it's 21 here, but oh my gosh.
25 in West Virginia, 21 for cigarettes. And so there's just a lot of nuance with the weapons thing and the AR-15 like conversation.
Well, yeah, like I just want to know, like ammunition. He owns a gun shop. Would he ever have sold 375 rounds of ammunition to somebody without red flagging it?
Here, I'll write it down.
Because that's a huge one, because I'm almost sure that I want to know if that's illegal, because I've heard many different things. But I mean, a kid comes in and buys 375 rounds. Something in your head has to be going, oh, I wonder why he needs 375 rounds.
Yeah. I'll ask him. That's a good question. Yeah. 25 in West Virginia. Hey, Slink. Now, he said the reason that people love ARs is because, or that style of gun is because of the add-ons, like the scopes, the lights, the different extras that you can put on there. They have
I did not know that.
Than your typical gun. Now, he also said that kind of like, because I was asking him, I was like, it was said by my friend who was reporting what this like retired law enforcement, or where he said that you would have to be hunting elephants. And my dad was saying, really, it could be all different sizes depending on what size rifle you have, because there are many different automatic rifles like that could be fully, they're semi-automatic because it's against the law to have them to have that governor off of it that makes it fully automatic.
Well, two of the kids were like missing their like upper extremity. So I did not know it was that powerful. That's the question I have for your dad is, I guess I didn't know it could be that powerful, but somebody said, oh yeah, you can cut a tree with basically their heads.
Would they have to see? I would assume that it would have to be from several shots.
Yeah, I don't, that's what I want to know is, could one shot with one of those guns do that, because I mean, then you're a whole different conversation. Then I mean, holy cow, this is like, I don't know, like it's just that is terrifying to me. And that's what the coroner was trying to say, that, or the pediatric surgeon and the coroner, who is now like in severe counseling because that type of sight. But these kids were little too, so.
Do you care to talk to them for just a minute? And
Sure.
then I just wanted to talk about Watts and the Vicky and Casey White, and then we're going to go.
Yeah.
But Bentley
Okay.
needs his butt wiped and will not allow my mother to do it.
Oh,
so
hey, been there, done that. I get
I'll
it,
be
Bentley.
right back.
All right, let me look at chat here. Oh, okay. And Anonymous Mouse, I did not know that at all. Somebody said something about Rena. Wait, what's the matter, Rena? Oh, Parker. He could have also had a friend. Oh, right, Lori. But I'm saying everything can be over. Right. There was something I saw somebody write something about how much money he had in ammunition. I was curious about that. He had, oh my gosh, Broken Justice. Well, I looked up the Wendy's in Uvalde. Well, as of a year ago, it might have changed now, paid like $10.73 an hour. So either he was working some mad overtime or something. I guess I didn't know it was a brand. I'm so out of it then. Oh, I have PTSD from the Watts case still. Yeah, Rena, it's just when I heard some of that stuff. Hey, Mandy, see it. Well, yeah. Basically, I would text it to Amber, Rena, or Kathy Jo, or one of them, and just be like, it was awful.
I ran back down the steps. Yeah. Hey, Mandy.
And I did. There was the guy I talked to. Somebody did reconstruct the kids that wanted to have open caskets. But he said it was actually more difficult because they didn't look, I mean, the same. God. Like it just, yeah. So it's just, and I think those things are what makes me just furious that this could be brushed over.
Did his grandma buy the guns?
No, Grandma found out about the guns, and he left. She kicked him out 3 days before that Friday because she found one of his guns. He left with that gun, but what she didn't know is he did come back that Monday before Tuesday. She didn't realize he had bought another gun. So he actually had 2 guns at that point. But I have not heard that anybody knows where he was for those 2 days. You can also remember that Dad said he had a girlfriend in San Antonio that they all went to visit. So there's just a lot of things that no one's talked about a girlfriend. It's just weird.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's too young to buy. I also think if you're buying weapons like that, and this was something Dad and I agreed on, you need to be taking a course of how to handle it properly. The safety,
totally.
There needs to be a learning process for something like that. You have to do a damn test to get your driver's license. Then you should have to also do a similar type of test to do a gun. And I mean like a written test, and then also shoot the gun for them and show,
Yeah. Like my kids both had to take hunter safety courses in order to hunt. Like they're 12 now, so you can hunt them. But like, I don't know, you should have something, parents or something. It's just 18 is so young to walk in on your birthday and say, here's $3,000. I'm going to take that gun right there and walk out of the store. Like, come on now.
Crazy. Unbelievable. Are you okay, Punksy? Is everything okay?
What's wrong, Punksy? We're switching topic, Punksy. I know this isn't everybody's guns things. They're not everybody's favorite.
Yeah, it can get really crazy. Yeah. And anything political, religious, political, these like politically correct, like when it comes to even racism, even LGBT, anything like those conversations get tough. That's why when that murdered situation turned to what it did, that was gosh, I couldn't. I mean, how do how do you fight back against a narrative like that? For one, that's just so not true, and for two, is just so upsetting to people and so close to people's hearts, you know?
Yeah. But you saw through it eventually and saw truth, and we're like, I'm out of that.
It's a mess. I'll tell you. Well, I'll talk to you privately.
Okay.
The next thing I wanted to get in was the Watts case. So, is that the first true crime, like YouTube
Yep.
true crime
Ever.
experience you had? Oh my
Yes.
gosh! And what a wild one, because the content, there's so much of it.
I
There's
don't know
Watts
how
content.
even got. I think you know what it was. It was a Netflix documentary that I watched, and that kind of like got me into it all. I
Yeah.
think is what got me into the
I
Watts.
remember when that came out. Actually, I was doing just TikTok at the time,
Mhm.
and I remember the Watts case. I had followed it for a couple years since it started, basically. But I remember when the documentary was coming out, I thought this would be a perfect time to talk about it because of the documentary. So I did a couple videos on it at that time too, on TikTok. But yeah, the Watts, holy cow. Mandy said, I remember Parker discussing the Watts.
Yes, it's that case just, I think there's no winners in that case. That's the problem. There's no good outcome that can possibly, like both sets of parents are left just picking up pieces, and I don't know. What'd Cher say? I had to reschedule my life, so I'm sending people voice share.
I love Sharon.
I don't know.
Who do you think? Okay, do you think that Chris is solely responsible? Hey, just Larry. Wow.
I didn't before, but I think I do now. I think NK had a big hold on him, but I don't know. I don't know if I can put her there. I don't know. Sometimes I question Troy, but as far as the actual murders, the only questions I still have on that is there's just no way he cleaned it all up. There's just no way, because we see so many cases like that where maybe he did. Maybe I'm surprised. And maybe it's as simple as it really was, and he did it exactly the way he said. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't believe it.
Don't know.
I don't believe it either. Cher, I hope everything is okay. Let's see. Mandy says, do you guys think the mistress was aware CW would kill his
Mandy,
family?
that's a really good question. I think they had talked about it. I think maybe even if she wasn't there, I think she knew. I think he talked about. Yeah, exactly, Mandy C. She was pretty possessive. Let's be real.
I agree. I believe she was completely involved. That's why I really, really don't want to stop talking about the case, because the fact that she might be getting away with that really drives me crazy.
I think even if she wasn't physically involved, I think she was pulling some strings.
Or involved after the fact to help clean up. But also, if you watch, and I was watching TikToks on this today, like she says things in this newly released, there was audio released from her interview at the park with the FBI, and they were putting her audio with some of the things Chris was saying in his porch interview, and it's bizarre. Like she was saying some weird, I don't know, even when she goes like talking about like the kids looking for their mom, where's mommy, and she does it in like this baby voice, and it's like
she's freaking weird.
I know. I believe she was involved. I believe that that's why her phone pinged over there. She didn't clock into work that day.
That's
search
right.
history. Come on now. Look at her search history. Then even send in the song lyrics to that Metallica Battery song afterwards. I just don't believe he could have gotten both kids in separate tanks and buried Shanann in all that time, in that amount of time either.
And the reason I think he won't give her up is because I think he still loves her. I really do. In a weird way, I think he still loves her. And if she was to show up at the prison.
Oh my God. Yep.
I really think that. I don't know why it is. I really think he still thinks that they might have a future or something.
He had to talk her off a ledge. Yeah.
All the time, Andy C.
I think NK is involved. I do too. I hope everything's okay, Larry. Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, Larry.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you did it, I'd revisit it with you. I would do it with you.
Ooh, that'd
That
be
sounds
fun.
so
We should do,
bad. Yeah. But
we
yeah,
should do it.
yeah, I do think she had like an insane amount of manipulative power over him. And he's an adult. He did it. I mean, he did the most horrific thing anybody, but I do think there's more to her with this situation than we
I
know about.
I do too. I really do. She seemed jealous of the attention CW would give the girls in her
Oh,
interview.
totally.
She was struggling addressing them in Shanann. And this is another thing. The family has come out and said, the well, I can understand the conspiracy theories hurt the family, hurt us. Can you at first it was not talk about the case unless it's just factually based, which I have so many thoughts on that because one, you can't really go to a true crime community and
Yeah, no.
that's what they do. And
Right.
two, it's like if then why release the interview? Why did Frankie
Yeah.
Jr. get on here and release the video? If you want people to stop, because that doesn't help. You just
Yeah.
show her looking like worse and makes people start talking again.
Yeah, and I don't really like I don't care. No one for me, I'm not refuting that he did it. He's a total douchebag, scumbag who took out his whole family. But I want to know the whys and who and if NK had a role of some sort. That's all I want to know. I don't dispute the fact of what he did. I'm just disputing the fact that
Exactly.
I think she had more pull than we thought. And
Which
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I do
he
too.
was taking the risk of talking with his girlfriend for hours when he was at his in-laws' house. Like that was a big risk. That he
Yeah, it
was
was.
not usually the type of person that would a personality where he would have risked something like that, but he was willing to do anything for her.
Yep, and I believe that he told Sherilyn, if you look, and this is in his own writing, because people can say what they want about her. We know that she did take the outline of that book from someone. The information from Chris though didn't come from anywhere but from Chris, or if she like in the chapters, she would come to her own conclusions based on their back and forth. But in the
Yeah.
end, we see his letters in his own writing, and he says in there, if you think there's more to this than what the FBI knows, then you're right. But some things, I will take to my grave. And it was not all together. That was in two separate parts. But you're right up,
I
straight up
think
saying,
it will be her. I think it's her. I don't think he'll give her. I think he still loves her in some sick
I
way.
do too. Yes, Pink Dahlia, you sure can.
I don't think Jim was involved. I don't think Jim was involved. If he was, then I just because her other friend was there too. So
Yep.
no.
It's all about money. I learned this the hard way by helping a creator with the fam. And then that's an excellent point. People still discuss Ted Bundy or, many different cases. That's just the way it is.
Well, the case I'm going to talk, the John Walsh and his case, Adam Walsh, like, is that really solved? Like, there's some pretty, like, things I didn't know about the actual Adam Walsh case that, like, John was not this upstanding guy. So, like, it's just, it's kind of crazy.
And now I feel bad for the family too, but look here, they went on Dr. Phil and they straight up said that they thought she was involved. Dr. Phil said that he thought she was involved. They questioned her search history and her phone ping and everything else. And then all of a sudden they came and said that they didn't want, that she wasn't involved. Frankie lied. Okay. And I can say this. He said that we saw the entire video footage you guys didn't see. We know that, we saw him loading up the bodies or whatever. No, he didn't, because the officer, I learned this from Lana, actually, they never went and got the video footage. They went back. By the time they went back, it was already gone. All they have is that body cam, what you see on the TV. That's it. They never went and got the actual footage. So there's no way that the family watched the entire footage.
Oh, my goodness. I don't see that he would have risked that exposure, but that's just my opinion. I don't think Jamie was involved either. I used to, but I don't think she was. I think she just wants to live her own life, and I don't know.
A lot of people, go on, Bentley. Go with your brother.
Well, I used to think that based on things that I think are now not true. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't believe she was involved either.
No.
I see why there was actually a whole narrative that was pushed involving her and stuff. I just,
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
she really just wants, damn, she's got 2 kids of her own. Like,
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
trying to come out,
And
and
she's
I
gonna
can't
do
say
that.
if it's my brother, I can't say that I'm not going to try to it's just terrible. I don't know. There's a
Yeah,
whole
absolutely. So I talked to her regarding that unmurdered situation to see if there were some messages that were sent to Angie from a Jamie Watts
Mhm.
pretending to be her, and it wasn't her. She was very kind to me. She also was very standoff. You can tell that she knows, like, and she said, you don't know when you're going to be recorded, put out on you, whatever. And you can tell that they've went through hell with that. I would never do that to her or to
Yeah.
anybody.
I messaged with her one time, like briefly. I mean, like 2 cents, like very briefly, like when my beginning of a Watts case when she had Facebook, and she was very sweet and
Yeah.
was in counseling. Like I legitimately think she is brokenhearted as well, and that's not a popular opinion because some people hate her, but
Yep, I do too. I do too. Imagine, your nieces. Look how, like, I have nieces and nephews, and I love, before I had kids, like, I thought that was the most you could ever love somebody. The way I felt about my brother's kids, they were everything to me, and I've told them that before. That's how I knew true love before I had kids, through them. I could cry thinking about it. They're my babies. Can you imagine, like, something happened? Oh, I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy says she thinks Chris is institutionalized. It happens when you get locked up for an extended period of time. I've met people like that when I did time. Me too. My brother got like that a little bit, way too comfortable, and also almost like scared
Mm-hmm.
to leave. And like, yeah, they don't really know how to function in there. They're you have people who have been drug addicts and different things, and you go in there and you get meals. You're getting fed several times a day.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep up with parts of life that can be
Oh,
overwhelming.
I see what you're seeing, man. Like he likes it where he is now because of like the roots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just a sad, tragic situation, and I don't
Hey,
know.
Jim. Yeah, it's super sad. Let me see. In my opinion, CW may know things he has no issue with taking to his grave to protect her. Yep, it was retracted because the insurance company, they would not pay out until the shadow came in.
Oh, the shadow. The
Interesting.
shadow.
Dave G knows all the details. Like, he's sent me so much stuff that's really interesting, things I'd never seen before with the kids, and yeah,
I wish I would have discovered the shadow by myself, because when somebody tells you about it, then you're more like prone to believe. It's like somebody saying like there's a shadow, so you're going to see a shadow because of it. Like
yeah, I totally see it.
Yeah.
And I totally see the red car. Remember that red car? The
Yes,
people,
the
there
red.
was a
Yeah,
debate. Did
yeah,
you see the red car?
yeah. That's a debate. Oh, I didn't know that was a debate.
Yes, me, Kelly, and Amber, like, one of them doesn't see it at all. Some people
Oh,
don't. I didn't know it was a debate either till I talked to both of them together and realized that some people can't see it.
oh.
I don't know. I totally saw it. Yeah, Bentley being crazy.
Oh.
I didn't
Yeah,
do
my
a
whole
lot.
issue with that case is the time and the cleaning up. But I just
Yeah, yeah. I'm very interested in if she was there when he left that morning, if she stayed there. It makes me think she probably did, but I don't know.
I also thought for a minute, did she was kind of stalkerish. I mean, did he tell her he was leaving her and she wanted to see if he really did, so she drove over there to see if he really did,
Yeah,
because
and
she
yeah, it makes sense. I
man,
could see that. A lot of people have said that, and I could see, like, she seems like that type of woman that would definitely do that. It definitely teaches you how to have gratitude and be thankful of the little things in life. Oh yeah. I can I've been to jail for one night. Never been to jail for long, but
me
I've been
too.
to
I cried so hard. I wasn't even in jail, just like
the holding cell or whatever.
Yeah, and I like I just want to find my mugshot somewhere because I bet it's like my eyes swollen shut. The cop just saying, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "It's really funny." I am not meant for jail.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I did one, like not even an overnight, just like one evening in jail. But
Mhm.
I spent 60 days in rehab, so that was kind of like
Yes, that would
yeah. And I do remember, Mandy. Do you guys remember Shanann getting all the angry emojis on her live stream? And
yeah, that's
pe-
right.
people have speculated that that was her because of her Google searches before and both of their connection to that children's hospital. There's a children's hospital where if you do you remember that picture of NK
Yes.
doing
She,
the
yeah.
doing the sports or whatever? What was it? It was like a rope, like a thing where you climb the rope ladder.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She was
Um,
obsessed with him. I mean, no doubt. She was obsessed. But it
mm,
was like she was obsessed but wasn't going to get her hands dirty. She's one of the most dangerous to me type of girls because I think she could have told him anything. I mean, yeah, could have told him anything at that point.
what
I
did you
do.
have been on the neighbor's camera?
It, if she didn't, I hate to say this, he did it, right? He did it. But I think if she never came along, they might have stood a chance.
Yeah.
I really do. But
I do too. They were perfect for each other because people always pointed out, and people would say the worst things about Shanann because she was so headstrong, kind of bossy, very like in control.
mhm.
But he was the perfect man for a woman like that.
I mean,
You
he said he enjoyed. NK wasn't that much different than Shanann as far as like her personality.
know, uh-huh. And Kay just pretended to
Yeah.
like stuff that, cars and engines and all that kind of shit that she probably didn't actually
And
like.
towards the end, we see it in text. Like Shanann was realizing, I think, the problems, like what because we saw texts of her saying like, uh, I could see why Chris would feel this way and stuff. And so it's so sad to be on the outside and think, dude, just look at, she realizes, get counseling, go to the counseling, please just go to the counseling. Like it's
Yeah.
maddening.
Oh, I know. It's so sad. And you remember like when it was really like Watts Island was like all the rage. Like I felt similar to how I feel about Summer. You feel so close to this case. Like you almost feel like you know these kids and these kids are like part of your life. I don't know. It's just bizarre the way that you get attached. And so
And I think they both loved that's the hard part is we can critique their parenting all day long, but the girls adored them. So that is evident.
yeah.
I don't know.
She did look into Chris before they started talking and
Mm-hmm.
Shanann. She searched Shanann, shoot, a year before
That's right.
maybe, and Chris a
That's
few
right.
months. Yep. Hey, Pamela. Okay, so the last case I wanted to talk to you about, and really like the first one I seen you like just grab a hold of and do so well, was
Uh-huh.
the Vicky and Casey White.
Oh, that's a tough one because that's where, hold on, my phone's going to die. I got to switch.
That's okay.
Okay. So that's a tough one because that is where like I get into the whole like there's a reason Vicky did it. Like I think that okay, this is gonna work. Hold on, I'm coming. How to put this on. All right. I think that Vicky was super manipulated by him. I don't know. That's just a hard case. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's that's what I was gonna ask. Like, what would make a woman who has worked her entire life, has her own home, has about to retire, and really lived the life that all American dream that people work their whole lives for, to be able to just kind of sit back and retire and do what would make her go from being at that point in life to this, knowing also how it ended? And what do you think made her do, like, what do you think about that? And also, do you believe that she knew she was going to take her own life if they got
I
caught?
don't think she thought she was going to because
Uh-oh. Love. Yep, Sherry. Love can destroy us. You're right. She was stalking them. Absolutely, she was. Well, Parker. I guess we'll just wait for her for a minute. I think her phone was dying. I'll talk to you guys. My comments aren't no comments are coming in. There we go. She didn't kill herself. The airbags went off and the car turned over. But didn't she have a gunshot wound? I have an unpopular opinion. Go for it, Nicole. Tell us. Most mistresses would stalk when they are getting fed BS. I don't know. It's hard to let the Watts case go if you believe that she was involved. It's hard to watch somebody get away with murder, be able to change their name, and just go on with their life. Oh my gosh, I hate that about iPhone too. That is so true. Like an Android, you can just turn right on. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette with y'all while we wait on her. Oh, thank you, Woofy. Bye, Lori. Have a great night. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's like, what if I was having a damn emergency over here? I know. It really is. I would love to interview you like this, Mandy. I think that would be a super interesting interview. Like just a basic all about you, and then also what brought you to YouTube, like your involvement in true crime cases. I think that'd be really good. Getting used to living alone again. Oh my gosh, Larry. I'm sorry. I know that's tough. I just think NK was easy to hate. She really didn't do anything differently than any other mistress would do. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I could see your point. I don't agree, but I see where you get that because I could see how she's like easy to hate too based on her fake personality. Like I don't know, her cool girl persona. Believe it or not, I used to get really into certain cases. Yeah, I've seen you. I watch your channel. I like your channel, but I've seen you talk about Summer's case before. I know you were involved with Watts, and then also that McCamey Manor stuff. Yeah. Come on, Parker. Parker's so easy to talk to. She has like a really, really, you know what though? Almost every creator I've talked to has been like, it's been so easy. I'm trying to think of where my first one was John Crimes, which he was so awesome to even do the interview with me. I've interviewed just Larry, Dave, Unmurdered, Kelly, Amber, Lana. Geez, I know there's more. Cher, of course. Mark. I don't know. I love the creator interviews, though. Allie, get a new lighter. I know. I was turned away after some of the drama. I do enjoy true crime, though, depending on the case. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't know. It's crazy because, like, I felt like after I was involved in that drama on here, like, after that, it just, I didn't know that world existed, like the Krama world. And after that, it's like I couldn't look away. And it gets so crazy. And then even like if you get out of Watts Island, the other true crime community, like creators, sometimes they get pretty scandalous. We see a lot of crazy shit happening. Like in Summer's case, oh my God, it's just Watts Island and Wells Island or whatever you want to call it are both like crazy. I watched your interview with Larry. That was interesting. He's very informative. Oh, cool. You can still call emergency if your phone is dead? What? That's crazy. Oh, thank you. You don't know me. I appreciate that. John Crimes, oh my God. He is so talented. He started a drama channel not too long ago, which he you see a totally different side of him, but also, yeah, his editing and stuff, he's very artistic and it's super on point, and he's really good with music. Before I walked away from YouTube, I really enjoyed your channel. I didn't comment much because there was always haters blaming me for everything. Larry, you've definitely been through it. Thankfully, I know how to mentally disconnect between the two. Yeah. And I'll tell you, like, after that drama that I was in, like, it changed my attitude. I started watching the drama channels a little more than, like, I didn't know they existed, but like during my drama, I didn't watch it like as much until after, and I started like really watching, finding the different ones, and it totally changed my attitude. I remember just waking up feeling mad as hell over nothing, mad as hell at the world, and that's it. Too much negativity will just get to you like that. I'd wake up and just be pissed off. Damn it.
Yeah, my phone died. Sorry.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah. Stinks.
And it takes forever to turn on?
Yeah, I was like, just turn on, please turn on. And then I went and got my computer and it was dead. I was like, oh my gosh.
It's okay. Yeah, John
no,
is
I
awesome.
want to answer that one question. About Vicky White. I don't think she intended to kill herself based on the audio of her saying stop. I think when she got caught, she didn't know what else. Like when she realized she was caught, she didn't know what else to do. My thought on that case changed when Mandy C. Kind of changed my perspective. To Mandy C. came on my panel and told about her time in jail and told me about like how manipulative prisoners can be, and
Yeah.
like it doesn't make it right, but like I know that like she had lost her husband of like her ex or whatever, that they still live together after 16 years in January. I don't know, but Mandy kind of changed my perspective on that.
Yeah, they are manipulative. It's like addicts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just said that you can't even like, I don't know, she explained like imagine how bad they are. So I mean, I hope. Who's John Kramer? I missed all this.
John Crimes. We were talking about. Do you know
Oh,
the YouTube channel John Crimes? That was my first creator interview.
yes.
John Kramer, Johnny. There's Sarah and Johnny's link. He's this right here. He has a channel. Screw you, YouTube. We have a job. Okay,
Oh,
Johnny.
I'm like,
Jim says it has gotten so toxic. I have to admit, I've been sucked into trauma. I had too. I think a lot of people have, and you can tell that if you cover true crime, because the interest has went down a lot compared to like, well, on Watts Island. If you cover like Summer's case or other cases that branch out with, I think that maybe not as much, but it seems like all the people on Watts Island are like off of Watts Island and onto that drama island.
yeah. Oh, see, that's Mandy C. That's where I met some of the most. Yep. Wow.
I was even fooled in the beginning before I felt out the environment and learned the ropes. Ooh, oh, I bet, because they can spot you if you're easily to take advantage of, and they really probably hone in on that. And
Well, and if you think about Vicky White, and she did it, and she has her flaws, but she's 60 years old, working in a prison, just like, yeah, they probably just prey on people like that.
Johnny is amazing, Wolfie. Yeah, they definitely do prey on people like that. You know how people are that are manipulative. It's like even out here, think of like the people you know that are manipulative like that, and they'll prey on the most the people who don't realize it yet.
Yeah.
Kelly, I saw your video today, which I thought was really interesting. So I think it's okay to still be on Watts. I hope y'all's drama-free channels grow. Yeah, Mandy, please email me. I cannot wait. That'd be really interesting. I want to do a creator. You were gone when I said that. Like a interview with her. I think that'd be so fun.
Oh, it is. when she came on, it was kind of like it was a whole thing because I get upset over the way Mandy was handled versus the way like the kid in Buffalo was handled, how he got a 2-day mental evaluation and Mandy got a year in jail. But anyways, so she came on to talk about it, and it was like crazy some of the things that she's seen and experienced.
Oh my God, she did. I have to go watch that. I totally missed that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vicky White, it's sad. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I know, Jen. Like she did it, I know that, but I don't know. I go back and forth.
I feel bad for her too. It's like he goes right back to where he was, like
And
the
he
kind,
wanted to.
same,
He wanted
same
to. He
kind of
said he would
situation.
never want to be out of prison.
So yeah, and then her whole life is screwed up, and she worked her whole entire life.
This is not the first time he did this. He did this before in a different county. And this was just a thrill for him. This was just a thrill ride. He knew he was going to get caught. For her, I think she honestly thought he loved her. And I don't think he ever did. I think she would have always shot herself over killing the cops. I just don't think she was ever going to kill the cops, but I don't know.
I know men like that. Like my first husband, he was very manipulative, very like well, my only husband. I've only been married once, but he was very manipulative, and he was in and out of jail a lot, even as a kid. And I was into the bad boys when I was younger. I was just stupid. I didn't realize like I didn't even get life at all at that point. But anyways, he was like just like this guy. Like I could totally see him pulling a stunt just like that, just self-serving completely. What can I use at, what can I suck, even his own parents, how can I suck them dry and just get what you can and leave them worse off than
he
you
did
found
that his entire prison of confessing to a murder that he just to get to a different jail. Then he says he didn't do it, but he really did. But yeah, he manipulated his way into whatever he needed to. It's
just Larry, Alex, great to see you still going and growing. You always keep it classy. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you get back to it. I really, 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 really do. Yeah. Thank you.
Mandy
again.
C. Yeah, Mandy C says prison is like a female everyday soap opera.
It's crazy. Oh, I can't imagine. And like the hormone, like, oh God, whenever like women, their periods usually sync up when it's that time of month, it probably goes crazy in there.
Well, I'm always just like the fact she was with Red off Orange is the New Black, the actual character, like the actual person behind that character is crazy.
Oh my God, that is so
yeah.
cool.
That's you got to get her up here. You got to have a night with her because it's really, yeah.
Yep, everyone's synced up. Ooh, that'd be so interesting. The one that so the lady who had the little Russian store and was working with the mob. Oh my gosh. Wow.
She said she was exactly like that too.
Like the boss and the mom of the.
I can't remember if it's a boss, but yeah, her personality. Yeah, something like that.
She was like in Orange is the New Black. I mean, like she was like the head of the crew.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
So when the book was out, wow,
the COs told her about it. Oh, I bet you that was so weird to witness I wonder how she felt about that. The Netflix series coming out and she didn't care. Oh my gosh, she didn't care. Weird. That's crazy. The ladies love bad boys. I'm going to do a video on it. Ladies love them till they're so deep in crap they can't get out. Yep, that's the truth. Piper dedicated the book to her. It says to Pop. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Hey, Jackie, welcome.
Yeah, Mandy's like, I couldn't like stop asking her questions when she came on. It was like crazy.
Oh my God.
I think her phone ended up dying and that's what kind of something like mine. But yeah, it was, it's very interesting.
What video was that?
It was right after the Boston shooter. So it was the 15th that she came up, I think, somewhere around there.
Okay, I'll have to try to find it.
It was really good. But yeah, you should definitely have her. It's just neat to get a perspective from somebody that's experienced it. I mean, pretty hardcore one.
We called her Yana.
I wouldn't make it. I mean, yeah, I'm not meant for prison, like, at all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She said that they called her Yaya. She's Greek, husband is Russian, and she was there in 2013. That is so
Wow.
freaking cool. Was in the early 2000s. Imagine if you would have been there when Piper was there. You could may have been in this
That would have
series.
been insane.
Yeah, that's crazy though. It's the same place that you were at. That's just so cool. But yeah, I guess we're done. I had so much fun having you on. I could probably talk to you about a million more cases, and I don't want to keep you on here too long. We've been on here 2 hours. But yeah,
Thank
uh,
you. Yes, thanks for having me.
yeah, it was super fun. Thank you, and I hope you guys will go subscribe to Parker. She had, like I said, a gym in the community. You lead with your heart. You can totally
I
tell you
do.
do everything through your heart, which is awesome. Thank
You
you,
do
Kelly.
too. That's why we're going to get together and do cases and just spend a lot of time crying.
Yeah. It sounds like so much fun.
I know, right? All right, guys.
Yeah, we definitely do need to work on some cases
Yes.
and some more summer stuff. I
Yes.
love your
Yes.
emails. You
Now,
sent me
yeah,
through.
I know. Well, then I send you something, then I'm like, crap, I just found something else, and I send it to you. And
We'll do it again. Just keep doing it. It's so fun.
no, what? All right. Well, I would like you to
came.
actually. I want to drum up the Evelyn case, and I would love your help on it a little bit because I think you could be of super value to that case, considering.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Especially she might be going to trial soon. I mean,
Yeah,
whenever
she's going
she
in February, but there's a lot up in the air with that. There's things that are, yeah. So I think we
Ooh.
should definitely look at that.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Do you know Leave It to Bieber?
Yes.
So
I just found her.
she's awesome, and she is super. If we do that, I'll contact her because she started her case for Evelyn's case, and it is like
Oh.
she's super invested and really knowledgeable. And
I'd love to get her thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, Jackie. I'll look for it after this. But here, let me read Mandy's comment. I got time served. If I was sentenced to time, I would have went to Max, which is in Virginia, or Danbury, which is minimum secure camp that this show is based off of. Oh, okay. That makes sense. My mom retired from federal prison, actually a men's federal prison, because that's a federal prison too, right, in New York. But mom's was medium security. Petey Pablo was in my mom's prison. You know, North Carolina, come on and raise up, take your shirt off, twist around your head. And he also sings that Freak a Leak. Do you want it in the bed? Do you want it in the floor? Do you want it in the over here? Do you want it over there?
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, Dorothy is. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't quite know what was wrong, but she is in CCU, which is like heart. Yeah, she's not in good shape, I guess.
Oh,
yes, I like Dorothy. Yes.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah. I don't want to see anything happen to anybody.
She's got a young boy, so let's just hope everything. Stay off YouTube.
Yeah, really. Okay, I'll let you go. I love you guys. Parker, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably within the next day.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Bye.
All right, bye. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you to my mods. I really, really, really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the chat too. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.